Will D.
Will D with us. He's a part of the LDM family, so we're glad to have you. We got a few topics to talk about today. We're going to talk about whether or not you need to be taking tests for your driver lessons. As you get older.
Oh.
Some people need it. We're going to talk about schools and how are they failing our kids, and what secret would ruin your relationship. All of that when we come back. Don't go away.
Step into the light where the stories glow. The laughter's high and the vibes just flow. Community heartbeats, we're here to show. This is the rhythm of the LDM show. We bring the news, we bring the fun. From the rising moon to the morning sun. Relationships tight where the good vibes run. The LDM show where it's all begun.
All right, welcome back. Guys, if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you, all right? So, what do you think, Will? Do you think that as we age, we should be taking tests, more tests? Like, how do you...
I think you're going to get a lot of people kicked off the road if you do that.
Kicked off the road?
A lot of people
What do you
kicked
mean
off
by
the road.
that?
As people get older, some people get better, and then there becomes the age where people don't do well. And then in general, right?
Yeah.
The average person isn't always mentally at their best when it comes to taking tests.
True, but the average person right now isn't always mentally at their best, period.
No, but that's my whole
get
thing
what
is
you're
that,
saying.
like,
They get nervous.
They might have gotten lucky that one time they passed the test, right? They might have gotten lucky. They might have failed twice and finally got it, whatever the case may be.
All the more reason for them to...
I don't think so. I
No?
think you'll literally just be making it that much harder for people to drive, and the way that, especially in America, the way that the roads and homes and places, especially in other states, more so than New York City, if they're not able to utilize those vehicles, you're making it harder for people to reach doctors, appointments, stuff like that.
Well, that's the case, with a lot of older people. They're going to lose their independence if you do it like that. They'll lose their independence, won't be able to go grocery shopping, make their doctor's appointments, like you said.
If they take any sort of test, it shouldn't be anything to do with driving. It should just be a vision test. Right.
I agree with you on that point. Like, as we get older, we should just be taking these periodical tests, because you never know if something's wrong that we don't know about until you take the test. Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
You can pre-screen for that early. It's all about prevention now. But I think if we do it by age, you have the case for discrimination, and that there's a fine line with that.
No, absolutely. But I mean, this has to be something then that you just do, like, as you said, periodically, where it's like every 5 years you got to take a vision test.
Yeah.
Or whenever you renew your license, you have to do it, because then that's less even about a certain length of time and more so just like how much did you pay for, right? Did you pay for the 6-year license, 8-year license, whatever the case may be, right? And then you just come whenever you renew your license.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
I don't know, man. I know when I get older, I probably would like to get... My eyes are bad anyway, so I would need to take the test, period. But me personally, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I can pass the written test like that, but the driving test I have failed. I only have a permit now, so the driving test... But I can pass the permit and everything else, It's just,
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is...
definitely get nervous.
The written part of the test, right, I feel is honestly just suggestions. Because most drivers don't follow any of the actual rules of the road.
I don't think so.
Right?
You don't retain it.
Like,
at least.
how many people do 10 and 2 when they're driving?
Man,
Right?
people do zero.
People at a stop sign, if they don't see anybody actually walking or any of the vehicles coming, they kind of just slow down
They
and
will
never
give
actually
you
go
a
to stop.
ticket for that.
If they catch you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I live on a block that has a stop sign, right? And vehicles do not stop there unless there is a cop car waiting at the corner.
On my block, they run through the red light.
Exactly.
So I always have to pay attention.
So, but that's what you know what I'm saying. It's more. They're more suggestions than actual
So then that's the case with enforcement. You know what I mean? It's not being enforced, then why should I do it?
And then, you have besides that, like, but there's the reality of driving is that certain situations are just not realistically textbook, right? So how much can you do? And then when you have people from Kansas getting a similar test to people from New York, forget the possible legal differences, right? But even in just New York, between getting your test done in the city and getting your test done in like Westchester,
it does make a difference because the
roads are different,
right?
The
and
roads are different.
My test was in Westchester,
right? The I think they have smaller lanes or something in Westchester, something like that. Right?
Yes.
So like if you even were able to pass your test because let's say you practice in Westchester and you drive in Westchester, and cool, right? But by the time that you actually get to driving cross country and you get to Kansas and the roads are different you
laws.
may not even be able to drive the way that you normally do,
right.
And you may seem weird driving to them. You know,
that's the thing. Some states have turn on red. Some don't. So I've seen people get caught out there with that. Simple infractions.
I mean, cops normally give you grace if they see your your plates from elsewhere on small things.
Right.
On small
depending
things.
on what state you end up in.
Well, depending on what color the driver is, but
I don't know. I mean, I would think by now they would have technology, just like they do for the insurance companies. They have technology that can help monitor your driving, especially when you get older. I think all insurance companies should have that.
Well, I think that's less even about the insurance and more with the car designs, right? Like, are they really making vehicles for elderly folks?
No, they're not.
They make vehicles for families. They make vehicles for the rich, but are they ever really designing a vehicle in mind of grandma and grandpa?
They're not. I mean, I would go as far as to say that some people don't want elderly on the road, period, even if they're good drivers. The elderly are less susceptible to drinking and driving.
True.
That's one thing I can say.
But that's because their reactions are already slowed as if they're drunk. I mean, no. I mean, all jokes aside, the reason people don't want the elderly on the road is their vision.
Right.
And reaction time.
Night vision, merging on the highway, just sudden stops and things like that. And just all of that, crashes, just our response time is different. It's slower.
It's gonna get slower and slower. I mean, you can't exactly have an age-out rule, right? But I don't even know what kind of mobility test you would actually do. Right. Like, if it would be
the neck, you got to be able to turn your neck. Some people.
Yeah, but I mean now, no, actually, in vehicles you really don't because the screens are looking at stuff for you. Like
That's crazy.
I've been in vehicles now where the rear view mirror isn't a rear view mirror.
It's a camera.
Like the hell.
That I don't really like that.
I like it conceptually, but the reality of how many tech issues happen, it's just
electricity power goes off, and then
and now I got nothing. Right, and all the automated stuff in the vehicle now it's just a little too automated.
It's too automated to the point where now if you stall, everything's running on that battery. So if you stall, then the rest of the traffic is stalled.
Yeah, it's done.
And everybody's got to pick back up. You're running your air conditioning, you're running your radio, God knows whatever else you're running. You're on the phone. So the power you're sitting in the sun in traffic. Engines already overheat. So
yeah, it just seems like a mess waiting to happen.
It does, and it will. It will. But having some sort of acknowledgement and technology to support aging and mobility and all of that, I think that it would help.
It could.
Like they do with they're thinking about doing that with the kids because a lot of people still like to leave their kids in the car. They forget.
You blame them though?
After tuning them out after a while, no, I can't. I can't. Like, oh, I forgot my kids.
Maybe by the time you come back, they'll be so hot they'll be sleepy.
Yeah,
and then you can be in the vehicle and just happy.
Nah. You could tell you don't have kids, right? Oh my God, I can't believe he said that. So insensitive.
Yeah. I'm not the one with children doing it. Y'all are. So I'm just saying.
It's hard for me to understand that too. And it happens more than pets, right?
It does happen more than pets. But I think that's just mathematical. If you're really taking your pet in your vehicle like that,
Leave the window. I've seen the window, down.
Yeah. I feel like parents will be less likely to even think of rolling down the window with their kid.
Why, though?
Than their pet.
Because of security?
No, just because, like, people are mindful when they're thinking about putting their pet in the vehicle in the first place, right?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
People aren't just taking their pets out for drives all the time for no reason, right? No, they're
set it up.
Usually, the pet, you're taking the dog somewhere, or you're going to some sort of family event. Like, you're mindful of why the pet is even in there.
Yeah.
Right? Where putting your kid in the vehicle might be a bit more reflexive. Yeah. So when you're leaving the vehicle and your pet is on your mind, you're going to be like, oh, let me crack down the window because I'm going someplace I can't bring my pet.
Yeah.
Right?
Like the supermarket.
Right.
Now they're letting dogs in the supermarket,
I don't like it.
Which is
I don't like it at all. I don't like dogs being in the deli.
They shouldn't be in the supermarket, period. But if your dog is a mid-sized dog, which is over 15 pounds, good 20 pounds,
I don't care if you got yourself a little rat dog. Keep that fur away from food. And when I say deli, I'm not talking about the deli at the supermarket. I'm talking about little bodega down the corner. I don't want that dog in my bodega.
Open food. There shouldn't be
open clothes, whatever.
Travel.
No. Keep Fido away from food.
They do keep cats in the bodega, though.
For the rats.
Look, for the rats.
For the rats. Okay.
So if dogs ate rats, would they be welcome or no?
No, because dogs are more likely to also tear open the bags of food. People also are not afraid of cats. They just don't like them. There are people who are actually afraid of dogs.
They're more
How
aggressive.
often do you hear about cats just attacking, right, people? You don't hear that story unless it's someone who owns a cat and the cat's having a moment and they're recording it for Facebook. It's hilarious.
True.
Dogs attacking people. Dogs attack each other. Dogs attack other animals on the go for fun. We're not risking
in their
that.
Nature.
Keep them out of stores. They shouldn't even be on public transit, if you ask me.
When
Not unless they're in a little doggy cage.
Oh, yeah. Public transportation is difficult.
The number of big people. Dogs, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to have a big dog in the city anyway. It's like, it's not really fair, but...
Depends on where you live. If you got a nice
studio...
If you have
space, then sure. But a big dog is going to need green space to run and,
Man, if you got space in the city... Right, you definitely there's some place green, right? You got a lot of the bigger apartments are by Central Park, right? A lot of the biggest apartments are by Prospect Park. A lot of the homes are in areas where there's large parks nearby, like even around where you're at, in Bedford over there, right? Like you can take your dog out someplace where they can run around, not necessarily even a dog park, just like a legitimate park.
Yeah. I mean, if you can chase your dog, you should be able to let him off the leash. But if you can't... Anyway, that's my own personal gripe about the dogs off the leash. You wouldn't understand.
Yes, I would.
Why, they chase you?
Yo, I
just don't do
I've
it,
been chased by dogs twice in my life. One of them, I was able to get the dog hit by a car. I timed that joint.
Goodness. Yeah. It was aggressive.
Yeah.
Was it a pit?
No.
Right.
It's always the small dogs that want to attack me.
Ankle biters?
Big dogs like me. Small dogs don't.
I don't like the little barking ones. Like, be quiet. Bite me or be quiet. But you got the little dog hit because he was biting on you?
Dogs started chasing me. Some dogs.
Where was the owner?
Down the block.
Yeah, no, if
Bro.
you can't catch your dog, don't let him off the leash.
So the dog is off the leash. I don't even know where it came from. I'm literally just walking, right? Next thing I know, my friend's like, yo, the thing's coming for you. I'm like, what? And it's deadline. So that's all he said, and I took off.
What?
Right? Because this was not the first time that a dog came for me.
I would have kicked it.
No, I just took off. Because at first, I didn't know what he said, but all I heard was the bell, and I had been attacked by a dog before.
Okay,
so I just took off.
Yeah.
The dog started following me. I saw a vehicle coming, and when I tried to time the vehicle coming in between, so I cut right past it.
Slow him down,
and not even to slow him down. I knew what I was doing.
Okay.
And I made that left between two cars, caught through, and then boom, and I heard boom. I was like, yep.
You didn't hear
kept
the
going.
owner anywhere around, right?
I heard the scream from the owner down the block as the dog got hit.
Yeah,
That's how I know where the owner was.
That was stupid. Don't do that.
My friend was just like, yo, you just got that dog hit. I said, that dog started chasing me and got a self-hit.
The owner got him hit. Okay? The dog's not trained, especially if it's not trained, to come back to your voice. Don't let him off the leash. They're not coming back.
I don't like dogs.
They're not coming back. I know. You would love my dog. You would. My dog would love you.
I don't like dogs.
I'm sorry. It's all right.
I don't like dogs.
Cat man.
Yeah.
But what do you think about these kids?
What about them?
Their education. Now, I've seen some clips, viral clips, and it's not just black kids. All kids, white kids, Spanish kids, Muslim kids, all different types of kids.
You didn't say
Except Asian kids. I haven't seen any.
Their parents don't play that.
They shouldn't.
You gonna learn this language and your own language
Right.
on school on that 6th day. All my Korean friends, I had to go to Korean school. I had to go to Chinese school. I had to go to whatever school
Right.
on Saturday. They were pissed.
It should be no excuse, you know, and it's just embarrassing that I've seen American kids can't read.
It's not embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
How is it embarrassing? Everyone in the world already thinks it. Now we just kind of like, well, F it then. And I'm sorry, the same kids that can't read can read. They just can't read proper English.
What does
Right.
that mean?
So let me explain this to you, right?
They can read Ebonics
those
and
same
stuff?
kids are able to text each other all day. They can text each other in
You're right.
pictures only.
You're right.
Right? So
Emojis.
the kids, they can read pictographs. They can read what are the shorthand, but they can't read full on English. Why? Because those other forms of writing are meant to take away, like, why am I spelling night with a K?
So here's the
K's
reason
not
why
in
you're
it.
right. They're taught phrases and things like that, and you recognize the phrase, right? You recognize it. Sometimes you even use it. If you use it enough, you know what it is. But if you're not taught phonetically how to spell and pronounce and what TH and different letters mean together,
And English don't make no
then
sense.
you can't read. So that's what's happening. They can recognize words, but they can't. You ask them to put letters together and spell the word. They can't do that.
No, well, I mean, we learn that at the spelling bee every year.
Yeah.
How many? I mean, now this is in an era where kids can.
They have everything.
No, we can read. So in my generation, we could read, right? But we weren't winning no spelling bees
Okay.
to this day.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
But you knew how to read your bills. You knew you were going to learn how to read your bills and things like that. Like
I'm more
your
disturbed.
lease.
I'm more disturbed with the fact that they can't read a clock with two hands
So
than I
they-
am by the fact that someone thinks that they can't read. They can
So
read.
numbers. They have trouble with math. That I expect.
It's not the math. It's the clock.
math
they don't
is
know. They
included,
don't
too.
know what it means.
That, but math is included in their illiteracy.
They can't count. Why would they need to count?
Right.
I
I
don't-
Math is harder than English.
I don't know.
Reading.
No, because the thing is, people can't read for you all the time, right?
No.
Like we're still trying to figure out to make it easy for the deaf to get
Technology.
audio,
Right.
you know, or the blind to get audio stuff, right? So that's just still a thing, right?
Technology,
But
read out loud.
when it comes to math, like, I don't even know why I took math class when I had a TI-83 calculator. Why did I have to go to math class? Whatever inputs are there you go. I copy that into my machine, and my machine can even make the graphs. Like, why am
They
I
want to
wasting
see
my...
your work. They wanna
You don't
see
need
how
to
you
see
do-
my work. You know, the work was done. My thing could do the for
Did you
me.
cheat? Did you use calculator?
And if I did,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm not broke. I could afford it.
Those standardized tests.
Damn.
They wanted us to save those scrap papers for anybody who's older. Save the scrap paper that you did your work on, the word problems, and we want to see it.
For me, the hardest part throughout school was showing my work doing anything, because I was definitely somebody who always was able to just do it in my head faster.
Yeah. Then write
Right?
it down.
So then they're like, well, I made more errors when they asked me to show my work than when I just gave answers. And I just started giving answers, and the teacher would get upset. I'm just like, look,
I
all
want
you-
to know how you did
all
it.
your X's and Y's and this whatever and parentheses and all that stuff is getting me confused. So I see that times that, and I'm just like, it's 56. And they're like,
He's just a little special genius. That's why.
no.
Special kids.
No, I feel like
Gifted.
most people I know were good at mental math. The issue became when we had to write it out. And
Interesting.
people don't notice the errors when they're writing stuff out.
Ah, see. Okay,
Like,
because you're still doing it in your head as you write it out.
Right. So it's like I'm stretching it out, and then as I'm trying to get through
So
the rest
you're
of the
doing two
problem.
things.
Exactly.
See, people learn differently.
Teachers don't understand that. The
No.
system doesn't understand that.
Well, see, even the system doesn't understand that. Now, on the basis of the teachers now are expected to be social workers. They're expected to be mental health clinicians. They're expected to be housing specialists.
What teachers are these you're talking about?
Well, with anything having any problem in the classrooms are overcrowded. right? And sometimes they stay in the classroom longer than they're supposed to, longer than their contracts. So that's another thing. They're getting burnt out. Maybe they have to pay for supplies. I've heard of that.
That's definitely a thing.
So yeah, coming out of, they don't make that much money anyway. So all of those things, I think, contributes to ineffective education. You got a teacher who really don't want to be there. You know, they thought they liked this job when they were in school, but
and then them damn kids.
The reality hit, you know, because kids got mental problems now. They can't pay attention in class. Now he's bothering this one.
That's not new. You know what? The difference between being an educator now dealing with kids and beforehand is actually less to deal with the interactions, right? All these mental health things that are a thing now have always been a thing. The difference is, right, the policies are now a bit more, well, not a bit, but a lot more lenient on how to handle the situation. And then what makes it worse are the parents, right?
Yes.
Parents used to support teachers in whatever. Parents used to enforce the lessons and make sure the kids got the work done. And parents these days, for various reasons, right? I'm not even going to say that they're bad parents, right? But a lot of the parenting methods that are taught now to parents is to be more feeling invested. I mean, this
aggressive
is aggressive
towards this education,
not
aggressive towards the teachers.
No, not even that. That's different. That's a different thing. I'm saying that when the teachers are saying there might be a problem, right? The parents' method isn't, I'm going to take care of that. It's, oh, what can we do? And how nice? And da-da-da. Back in the day, right, your teacher said you couldn't sit still in class. They weren't trying to give you Ritalin. Parents, you beat your ass and you learn to sit still.
And that's what happened to me. Like, you're going to shut up and pay attention in school.
Boom.
All right. Still got my ass beat. But, you know, it's not handled the same way, you know.
At all.
And just to go back on the parents, a lot of parents aren't involved in PTA. I think I know one parent in my life who's involved in PTA these days, you know, and he doesn't work full time. So, and he's a man.
No, but that's the thing, though. You nailed it. Doesn't work full time. People now have to, like, both parents are usually out working. If you even have both parents together for the household.
Two-income household.
Right.
If you can.
I mean, we're also dealing in a generation where there's less of a even possibility of a two-parent household.
Right.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
you got that.
So that's his own. So regardless of if you're staying with mom or you're staying with dad, because they have to fend for just themselves, both parents are working.
Right. Now, if there's only one parent in the household, even if they see both parents, it's still probably a harder job because you're not working together.
Yep.
You're doing everything separately.
TV doesn't raise people anymore. The internet does.
No,
That's
TV
worse.
raised me.
No, I'm saying it doesn't raise people anymore.
You're right.
Right? One thing I could say about back in the day, too, if you
There's
were
more
someone
quality.
often at home, I'm not even talking about the content, just the fact that it was more universal, right? So anyone anywhere might have been at home because of the lack of options, right?
Yeah.
Watching, let's say All in the Family together, right? Black, white, this, whatever. It was the only show on, 8 o'clock on Channel 7, right? And you only had Channel 2, 4, and 7 to watch.
Yeah.
Cool. So a third of the nation watched this one show. A third of the nation had some level of understanding for that one day, right? Oh, we all like this show, this, that, whatever.
Yeah.
So more people could, you're seeing the same content, you're learning the same lessons, you have something to talk about. Maybe that guy's not so bad, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's meant to kind of teach them. I mean, if we are talking
that's
content.
The thing. Almost all of them always used to have a lesson at the end.
Something.
So.
But now, everyone has a million options on TV alone. And then nobody.
And they're not good options.
But it's not even that. No one's even watching that. Everything is the internet.
Right, streaming.
And then I'm not even talking streaming. I said the internet. So you got some group of people on YouTube, some group of people on TikTok, some group of people on Facebook, some on Instagram, some whatever.
Media.
And what are they all doing? They're all talking to each other about nothing.
Yeah. Right.
So what is the kid learning?
Sharing.
Right? The kid can't even learn from TV anymore.
Well, that's part of the reason why this workforce doesn't know how to use computers, because they spent their teenage years, as opposed to us on computer, they spend it on phones and stuff, scrolling, tablets, which is not the same.
It means they can't type on a keyboard.
They can't
but
type. They don't know
They use the
Word,
same apps.
Microsoft Word and stuff like that.
No, they still have to. They still have to write reports or get
That's not what
ChatGPT
the
to do it.
workforce is saying. The workforce is saying that.
Because what they don't learn isn't Word. What they don't learn really is like Excel and PowerPoint.
Yeah,
and that's really less school's fault if we're talking K through 12. That has to deal with college. A lot of schools.
Let's say if you don't go to college, they didn't teach me that in college.
No, but that's the thing. So depending on where you are and you're going to school from K through 12, right?
Vocational,
the level of depth that you used to get in our generation was Microsoft Office.
Yeah.
In the next, now it's 360, right?
No.
I'm not even talking Copilot, chat, and all of that, right? Because
No.
even more offices
That's
are trying to
AI.
get people
We just started
right, but
incorporating
more jobs
that.
are trying to get people to do that for when you're formulating the report. So they want you to go type everything into there,
Mm.
pull out from there, and then put it into
So they don't
Word
manually
this.
know how to do it.
right. So these kids, they don't know how to. If you tell me they don't know how to go to the library, I understand, right? But if you tell me they don't know how to use Word, they definitely do. What they may not know how to do is Excel spreadsheets. What they may not know how to do is build a presentation on PowerPoint,
Yeah.
right? That makes sense. QuickBooks, sure. But Word, everybody has to know Word because at least you learn to copy and paste into Word.
Yeah, you got to make reports and whatnot and essays and.
There you go.
So I can imagine nothing was allowed to be handwritten. So
These days, I'd be surprised. And honestly, as someone who writes in Arabic when writing in English, I don't think they want to see people's handwriting. You feel
you
me?
write in Arabic?
When writing in English, yes.
I don't even know what that means.
You ever seen my handwriting?
A little chicken.
There you go. Arabic.
I would have called it kanji.
Nah, no, not even kanji. Kanji is very specific, the strokes, the this, whatever. If I wrote kanji, it probably would look more like a pictograph. Because my handwriting is the worst. You see whatever I wrote, I'm trying to just
You were
say,
meant to be a doctor, perhaps.
Nah, I couldn't save lives.
You know what's funny? If their handwriting is chicken scratch, how is it that some of them are so skilled?
Their handwriting is chicken scratch because they don't got time to be writing stuff. They saving lives. You ever seen a celebrity autograph? Does it look anything
Just
close
a
to their
little-
name? Exactly.
yeah.
They don't got time. They got to sign 1 million of those.
Okay.
That's me when it comes to my homework. I ain't got time for this. I got other things to do. So the teachers knew from my answers in class that I knew what I was talking about. So they would just give me automatic B's on my homework,
I
A's on
can't
my
read
test.
this.
Exactly. That was it.
Well, good. I mean, that's actually a good angle.
That's exactly why. Yeah.
Just for,
yeah.
I'm real smart in class.
I'm really clear. So the automatic B on my homeworks if they couldn't read it, and then A's I would just used to ace out on my tests. I give answers in class. So yeah,
Can't get away with that now. You got to
too
type
easy.
everything out. And there's no Roman numerals and cursive and stuff, so everything.
learning Roman numerals is dumb now.
I thought it was always dumb because we never incorporated it in life. From the 80s on, we didn't use it. What, for the Super Bowl, that's it? We never used Roman numerals.
Yeah, I can't think of a good reason to use Roman numerals these days.
Since we learned it, I'm like, why am I learning this?
I'm sorry if they don't
For
even,
the clock maker.
if they don't use it at Little Caesars, we don't need to use it at all.
That'll be XX.
V? Nah, we're not doing that, bro. We not.
What'd you say?
Can
You call me?
Can I get a 25? Or what? XV? Oh. I mean, look. If I go to Starbucks and gotta start learning fake Italian, I should have to go to Little Caesars and have to use Roman numerals. But if they don't want to do that, then I ain't gotta learn Roman numerals.
Yeah, I think it was initially because the clock had the Roman numeral,
But that means I only need to know 15.
yeah, that's it. No X and yeah, I don't know, whatever.
How do you do 9?
9 X 1X. I was doing it backward, but 1X. No. I know. But thank you for the test, Kimusabi. So, I mean, as far as solutions for this illiteracy, because it's going to be a problem in the future when they start to enter the workforce. Somebody's going to have to deal with it. It's going to be us for a little bit. And then when they have to come in and take care of us when we get too old, it's going to be scary. But I don't know. I think maybe they should have more social support. They're supposed to have like a mental health professional per every district in New York now, which I don't know if that's going to help.
I mean,
it's per district.
It would help considering that they don't even have one per district right now.
So
you know
maybe
what I'm
they
saying?
could share resources to the counselors, and I think maybe they should do work. I mean, groups. Maybe they should have peer groups. I think.
No, this is a generation where that's a problem.
They're them.
The peers,
They don't know how to socialize. Right.
It's the mere fact that the generation of individuals popping up, pretty much, I would say more so Gen Z onward, right?
Gen Z is what, from after 9/11?
It's after millennials, so from 98,
All right.
right?
They're adults, though.
That's what the
19,
that's what the numbers
20,
of age says, but they are not. But no, so Gen Zers onward do not understand or have the capability to be in a room with someone who doesn't think exactly like them.
Yes. That's what the issue is on the workforce. They take things too personal. They complain. And these is just regular workforce.
Because they were coddled.
Right.
They were coddled through.
No competition.
By the that's what I'm saying. The participation award generation of individuals sucks.
See, that guided them into a whole nother, I don't know how to lose category. And that's not healthy.
The video games are geared towards that.
Everything.
You get an award for being, I'm sorry, but like, there's a whole trend now online of gamers who are playing cozy gaming.
Yes.
Right? And I'm just like...
Just because there's no losing.
Exactly.
It's a challenge.
Like people, and the thing with cozy gaming for me isn't like, oh, it's a fun game like Dr. Mario.
Fun. It's a waste of time.
No. So when I think cozy gaming as a gamer from my era, I'm thinking of a game that just wasn't like a versus, right? I'm thinking of a Dr. Mario puzzle game.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of Tetris.
Challenge.
Exactly, right? Now it's fake life simulation.
Yeah.
So like because maybe my life is too hard.
Pay to pay, and it's.
For me, I can't play a game to do nothing.
Right? I could
like,
be doing nothing without that.
If I'm gonna build a house, I'm gonna build an actual house, not a fake virtual one that normally ends up costing me more.
Yeah,
with nothing to gain after.
Regular
right? Like,
money on this stuff.
I can't do the cozy gaming thing. For me, I'm like, there should be no cozy gaming in that sense.
Cozy to me. That to me isn't cozy because I get restless. Like, okay, I'm bored. I'm still bored. I need something. What? There's an ad. Okay, I gotta pay for this. Okay, I'm done with that. If I want to do simulation, I'll play The Sims, and that's about it.
For me, Sims conceptually sounded cool way back in the day because like I could play God.
It was
right.
Cool.
That was cool. And then what Sims has become to this day is hilarious to me.
Pay to play.
My girl, no, it's not even so much that because they figured out a way to do that. But my girlfriend is a Simmer, and from what it used to be when Sims first came out when I was growing up to what it is now, there's an entire social community of Simmers, right? Yeah. Where all they do is bicker about social issues in a video game.
No, nothing to
right?
do with
like,
what you're
why
doing.
do you, who is a popular Simmer, only have white characters? Meanwhile, if there's a white Simmer who's getting popular and their characters are black, it's why are you ripping off the culture?
Can I tell you something?
It's virtual, folks. It's not real.
One time, I saw somebody use The Sims and create a plantation. And I'm like, how did the EA allow them to do that? EA didn't allow them to do that. He just dressed them in, like, dresses and, like...
Or the fact that, first off, EA is supposed to be the company that makes this game, right? Oh. What EA does is every couple of months, they'll add an update or an addition, stuff that you can put into...
an add-on pack.
Right, that you could add to the game that they've already given you. Meanwhile, they don't just develop a game that's complete. But more importantly is half of the ideas that EA is presenting to you months and years later are ideas that people wanted from a while ago, right? Like one of the things that dropped in the last year or so was like being able to be a tattoo artist, right? Yeah. So they give you a tattoo studio, and I think in the same pack somehow you can also become a pottery artist, and there's a claymation animation, right? But these are jobs that were created by people, coded and everything, and modded into the game for folks online. So when Sims saw that people would be too impatient for them to come out with stuff, this is games ago, they just stopped developing a game. They said, we've updated the graphics. Here are the same exact worlds. They look nice, right? And you now build this game for us. What?
Yeah. It just stopped being fun. Because every once in a while I'll try to engage and go on, and I'm like, this is a job. It's not fun.
No.
There's no creativity involved in it.
But that's why I said conceptually it's cool, right? I don't know.
Took that out.
Do you remember Tycoon?
Yes.
Right? Like, there's something about a possible, like, business simulator where you're like, that's not really a game, sure, right? But some of the concepts you learn in that game, besides the creativity you have in developing your... exactly. You could at least take some skill from there and put it somewhere. With a game like Sims, if I'm just going to be able to get to play God, all options should be given to
Right.
me
I
from
should be
day
able to
one.
burn them,
Right? Kill them when I want.
That's what people want to do.
Bring them back from the dead when I want.
Bring
right?
them back from the dead.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Have a bunch of kids.
Everything
not
that
raise
the
them.
modders bring to Sims now, right? That versatility that people have to take the time to create.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the other thing. People don't understand that
Very
someone took the time to build this addition for you because the creators of the game didn't.
Yeah.
And then what the creators of the game will do is do, like, let's say a debugging, as a system should do, but then that means that the mod has to now get updated. Thing about it is, this person who made this mod in 2009 may not even be playing the game anymore because they probably got fed up with all the extra crap. Yeah. So now if you have this mod in your game, it destroys your entire game. The risk involved in Sims is crazy.
You don't want to destroy what you've been playing literally
years.
Years.
But even more so, it's the fact that how is EA, as on a business standpoint, I feel like the Better Business Bureau needs to look into this. Getting people to buy a game that's not completed and doesn't offer what they advertise from the beginning.
Because nobody has held them accountable. Nobody has said, hey, guys, you know this is wrong. Let's protest. Let's say something about it.
I'll be honest, every simmer who has a voice that's heard, every simmer that wants to, y'all need to just be like, we're not playing Sims anymore.
You know why? Because they're too busy bitching and moaning to each other.
It's crazy.
About social issues. We play the game to forget about all of that.
Exactly.
That's like getting high and now I want to work. No. You're supposed to get high so you can just chill out and not think about things like that. But, you know.
I don't
know. Anyway, that's very interesting. There's a lot we got to work on. I think, you know, community support, it's just helping the kids goes a long way. Past the video games and all of that. But
them kids seem like a lost cause to me. I think the
some of them might be.
No, the only thing that really, because I you know, you sent me that video of the kids in Philly and the poor district, right? That these kids really cannot read.
Yeah.
And it's the mere fact that their peer
Abbott Elementary.
It's their peer. No, because Abbott had a whole episode about how the kids were having trouble with it and the techniques they were using to help them.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But it's the mere fact that it's their peer throwing them under the bus too, for views. That is killing me. But as I said, these kids just communicate differently, right? So you're
that matters.
You're talking about how the workforce and, you know, people with businesses are complaining about this next generation of worker. But if you look at the past, there were other complaints like, oh man, these workers want fair wages. Oh man, these workers want unions. Oh man, these workers want health benefits. Right? So the difference now is that it's not just the worker that's an issue, right? They do that. I will say that with this,
you're right.
With these younger generations, they probably are a little too, but understanding the workforce is going to change because at some point, they're going to be the ones running the workforce.
Because you don't want to set them up for failure.
Right.
And that's right now, that's where we're at.
And then we also have to look at the particular industries that are making this complaint, right? And a lot of the industries that are making this complaints are white collar, not blue collar. Blue collar jobs normally still have the same blue collar workforce, whereas those who are underprivileged from the first place to now, right? So whatever issue we're facing, you're going to face that from then until now because people who've been underprivileged from start until finish, right?
You'll be taken advantage.
But the white collar workforce is a privileged workforce in the first place, right? If you want people administrative jobs, things like this, or whatever, to actually, you know, they had to adjust to getting black people in the administrative workforce.
You're right. And now look at the DMV.
you get what I'm saying? They had to adjust to various things happening. If there's a new generation that's softer, right? If you have a new generation, I mean, when we look at
very soft.
If we look at big business, right? Tech is major. What did tech do that changed things for business? They made work casual. Right? You don't have tech professionals having to come to work every day in a suit
and tie.
Right? You have tech professionals working in a company where they offer them snacks throughout the day, quiet areas for them to rest in, right?
Even meditation,
and things like that. That is something that maybe should now be added to the administrative workforce, right? And I say that because we see the same thing done in Japan, which is known for having a very stressful work environment once you are white collar.
Yeah, they kill themselves.
And legitimately, so they've had to implement nap rooms. They've had to implement quiet areas. things like that, and it's helped to reduce some of the mental strain and lower the suicide rate. But maybe we need to make those adjustments for the American workforce.
Yeah, we need to do some things. You know, people protesting, they're unhappy, and we need to do a lot. But let's switch gears for a minute and talk about the question of the day. What secret do you think would ruin a relationship aside from cheating?
Cheating isn't a secret.
No, some for some.
They think so. But no.
What would be
along the same line though? But I used to be a sperm donor, right? Mm-hmm. Not me personally, but I used to be a sperm donor, and so my partner opens the door one day, and a kid's there like, "Hey, I found out you're my dad." And I never told my partner I used to be a sperm donor to get money. That would be great.
Well, maybe if you didn't think that was a big deal, like you didn't know you had a
not even. You met so to pay your way through college, right? Let's say 18 through 21, you used to donate sperm, right? And so people, you should see the advertising they talk about. You're getting like what, $2K to $4K per donation, right? They are very picky with who they pick to do this with.
What do they use to decide?
So one, they will usually want someone who is working towards or already has a degree, has a successful job or career, because they think that that's inherently part of successful. DNA. They're looking for people over a certain height. Sometimes they're looking for specific races. Yeah. Okay. You know, the same with egg donation, right? They're mostly looking for...
It's much harder and longer.
It is. It's a much harder, longer process, but they are very particular with whichever place, donors. Who the donor is, what's their ethnic origin, right? So, that, you know, it depends on where you're going, what they're looking for.
I could see that.
Because there are various sperm banks to go to.
Now, if you had a kid or a few kids, I'd be like, well, you know, you should have told me. You know, I mean, but it wouldn't be a deal breaker for me.
It's just a mere fact that you yourself don't know. You're just donating the sperm, right?
Yeah. But I don't know it's for a reason.
Well, yeah, but it's not like I know if there's like, do they give you the option to, you know, hide who you are like they do with adoptions?
They do, no contact.
Right, so who knows? And even still, when people put that, somehow people still find them, right?
I want you to know my dad.
You're just trying to pay off school, 18 to 21, like someone who might have been a stripper, right?
You're thinking about the now.
And then you meet your partner at 30, right? Mm-hmm. The person you're going to spend, and then somewhere when you're 45, you've been with your partner, you've been married for 5 to 10 years, and now some kid walks up and you're just like, wait, huh?
I wouldn't hold that against you.
You may have forgotten.
No, I wouldn't hold that against you. I wouldn't. What I would hold against somebody is if they had like a double life or they were fake, you know, their person was fake ID.
Like a Jocelyn.
Criminal behavior, like a lot of felonies, you know, maybe I could look past one depending on what it was. If somebody else were to share a secret, but it came back to me, like if my lover was to share a secret about me and it came back to me, that's a trust issue.
It depends on who they told.
Like if it's not somebody for them, like if it's just a friend or something like that, you know what I mean?
Okay, so here's the thing. Sometimes, and this is why you shouldn't even tell your secret to whoever.
Right.
If you want to keep a secret, keep it to yourself. But it's a matter of sometimes you'll disclose something to someone that's really heavy, right? For you,
it's too heavy for them.
You're telling them because you needed to get it off your chest, right? So like you tell that to someone and they need to get it off, right? If it's their best friend, right? I'd have to consider, maybe I can kind of understand that, right? If it was their mother,
it's still not there. Yeah, right.
You know, but if it's like their coworkers, plural.
Yeah.
If it's more than one individual who I know that's like their confidant,
that's enough right there.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, you told your mother or your best friend, not both. You can't tell both. You know, you get what I'm saying?
I prefer the mother.
Who knows? Because neither one of them may like you.
Right. But at least I know. At least I know. You know, the mother, it's almost mandatory. The friend, it's like, okay, well.
Well, I mean, if that's the person they go to with all of their
whoever they go
stuff,
to,
right? Like,
it should be expected.
It should be exactly.
But don't tell your partner if you don't want them blabbing it out.
In the first place.
I could see. Okay, this is what happened to me. You know, I'd prefer it not getting out. I mean, I would expect it not to be repeated to me, even if you did. Because if it's coming back to me, this is like, what the? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you can't keep a secret. Like, you don't want nobody talking about something that happened in your past that you can't control, you know? So, I don't know. I would say secret debt is important because when you get married, if you're getting
I mean,
married,
that just,
if it's a marriage,
I think that should be
that's more
disclosed.
important.
That should be disclosed before you get married.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're really smart about it, you're like $300K in debt, and you're just like, I just need their
Nah.
bank account.
9 times out of 10, that person is going to try to take it from yours because they're desperate, right? If you got a gambling or addiction issue, it's not just gonna. You're not gonna save up.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take the church. Embezzlement here. You're desperate. But if it's something financial like that, because when you get married, all your stuff, your taxes, everything,
it comes together. Yeah.
For one. So now you're responsible for your spouse's debt. Why didn't you tell me? Next thing you know, they're getting you for your health, your life insurance. But that's important.
No, absolutely.
A lot of people get caught out there, not knowing that this person is really bad with money, and everybody's down the drain now. Now you're borrowing from your mother, your parents, your uncle, because of that MFR.
That's true.
They're taking you down. Credit card companies are calling you. She got 10 credit cards in your name, and none of them, all of them maxed out. None of them have been paid for. And you don't even know. Like, that's not cool. You got your daughter to look after. You got kids to put in school.
I will be honest with you. I think sometimes when it comes to dating in general, too, right? That specific thing.
Yeah.
You got a lot of women who have like a timeline for marriage, right?
Oh,
but,
yeah, and babies.
No, but it's not even that. It's the whole, they have a timeline for marriage because of some sort of social expectations before actually really thinking about what the hell that legally means, right? They're thinking about the social aspect.
My mother will be satisfied.
It looks good and all this other nonsense, but no one's really ever thinking with marriage, too, a lot of the time, the legal ramifications behind that.
It's a contract. Like any other.
And that's why first when someone asks, well, what do I think about marriage? I'm like, it's a contract.
It's a contract.
Right? That's the first thing I say. And people are like, oh, that's so like, oh, that's not romantic or anything. But it's like, but that's what it is.
It is.
Because if you really cared about the romance, you wouldn't be worried about getting married.
Because all of that,
I'm sorry.
Because you have all of that.
You care about that title for a reason. That title
it's a title.
Comes with some sort of responsibilities.
It does come with a great big responsibility. Because let's think. Divorce rate is higher than the marriage rate, I think.
Yes.
And there's a lot of money in divorces.
Yep.
There's a lot of
another reason why
in divorces.
A lot of reason. So divorce is also, as that rate rises, is another reason why a lot of men who normally get screwed in divorce don't even want to get married.
Usually that's what the man has to pay. If I'm paying my wife, not only my kid, but my wife too, I'm not getting married again. And I see it happen. Guys do it again. Why would you get married again? You have kids.
Look, the only thing a guy should be doing after he gets divorced is trying to get his ex remarried.
Yeah.
Because then you don't pay that alimony.
Get your life back together. Get out of that studio apartment.
No. Just so you don't have to pay the alimony. I'll find you, man. I'll pay,
you're right.
When you send those divorce papers to me or whatever the case may be, right? I send them to you. I'm also creating a Tinder profile for you. You feel me? Like I'm doing that the same day with some pictures. Like, yo, she's a great woman. Just wasn't for me, but like I'm gonna hit up some like Arab Sikh. Like, hey, bro, she baddie, right?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, it's expensive, and And a lot of people cave in because of that title. Well, why? If you really love me, you would marry me. Or if you really love me, you wouldn't make me sign that prenup. If you really love me, it wouldn't matter.
You should sign that prenup.
You would sign it.
You want a prenup
because
you
my
don't
money
think this
now
could last?
doesn't matter, and you're not going to try to get it once we're divorced, if that ever happens.
And you have to understand, a prenup sounds like, oh, you're not investing in the marriage. No, the prenup is a realistic. But it's not just myself, right? The prenup is meant to protect both of us.
It's protecting both of us.
Whatever we walk in with, we keep. Right? So we don't lose anything, and anything that we get together, we split evenly.
It's a win-win situation.
I don't understand. Well, the issue becomes in a lot of cases, I think, with the idea of marriage also comes the idea that maybe she can stop working. Also in this new generation, that's not even the idea. The idea is now your money is ours and my money is mine. That's not how that works.
Yeah, and that's not cool. I mean, because that's a reality. It really is. With a lot of, I hate to say it, women. But it's not cool because if the tables were turned, it'd be a whole different story. He's not getting my money. I work for it.
Exactly.
Let me see if I could kill him.
For every reason that a woman should goes to herself that I can't date a man who makes less money than me is the exact same reason why she should understand when her man who makes more than her wants a prenup.
That shouldn't be an option. You know, I mean, yeah, you want to make sure your partner can take care of themselves and maybe help support you, but that's not the mandatory thing. You want to make sure that they can take care of themselves. That's it. If you really love that person, I mean, maybe because I'm like a hopeless romantic. If I love that person and we could take care of each other, then screw it, you know. But everybody's not like that. Everybody, you know, I would never be with somebody.
I love the women who want to be housewives but can't cook or clean.
That
cracks me up.
Back in the day, you had to be able to bring it. Okay? If you weren't a good housewife, you weren't getting married. You didn't know how to cook. You didn't know how to keep house clean and take care of the kids. He was going to divorce you. And he could do that, and he would get everything. You know, he would get the kids, he would get the house. Not now.
Not now at all.
You know, you don't even have to be able to cook, ladies.
Well, see, that's
and be a housewife.
That's wild. That's wild to me, bro.
Housewife and don't do nothing in the house.
Oh, but I got bomb. Let me tell a lot of y'all. If you think your ish is fire, it's as fire as the next girl over there. Now, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just like, you're not bringing anything special to the table.
Tell other guys that, because some guys will sacrifice their whole paycheck, their whole life for a woman who isn't really special.
I have told you on the XY podcast, right, that the power of the punani does not come from women. It does not have its own power. The power of the punani is the worth that a male gives it. True. Right? Because if I don't, no matter how great your ish is, if I think it's man, then that's its actual value to me. It's man, you can't use it to manipulate me.
Also, how she presents it. You know, if she's presenting it like anybody can have it, then what's that worth?
Well, to be fair, it depends on who and whatever. Because if she's baddie with anyone can have it, then depending on the guy.
How long does this last?
But depending on the guy. You'll get 10 dudes fighting over who gets it. You get what I'm saying?
I don't want to die. I don't want to be kidnapped.
People these days are very...
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the LDM Show. I am Lydia Penn, and with me I have my guest.
Will D.
Will D with us. He's a part of the LDM family, so we're glad to have you. We got a few topics to talk